Let's talk about the 8th house in astrology. It is one of the most feared, yet one of the most spiritually powerful houses in astrology. It is connected with death, rebirth, transformation, sudden ups and downs, psychology, deep rooted healing, intimacy, hidden truths, and mystical and occult sciences. So, people who have strong 8th house placements in their chart, you will see that they often go through intense experiences in their lives, karmic experiences, traumatic experiences, betrayals, sudden endings, and massive setbacks in their lives that activates a psychological shift in them that often also leads to spiritual awakening. Now, of course, it depends from person to person and every specific chart how their life will get played out depending upon what planet is placed, which sign is it, and what aspects it is receiving, that you will know the exact picture of one's life. But this is the overview of the 8th house in astrology. So these are those people who are not meant to live superficial, shallow life, who will not be happy with just 9 to 5 jobs and living a same kind of routine lifestyle in their life. These are the people who are here to build meaningful lives. Now you will often see that these are the people who actually go from 60 to 100, suddenly fall from 100 to 0, and then suddenly rise from 0 to 100 to 1000, lakhs, millions, billions, trillions. So this house has that capacity, that deep capacity, and people with these placements have those rare abilities to reinvent themselves on how not just stand up again, but actually get that massive success, recognition, and wealth. And just, it can be anything really depending upon the personal chart. So I will not go much detail into it, because that really depends what kind of work and what kind of success they are receiving. You have to see other factors involved and to get the clear understanding of that chart. But this is how powerful that 8th house is. Now, there are some famous personalities with this 8th house placements like Marilyn Monroe and Nikola Tesla, who is, one of, I would say, a very great example to actually talk of 8th house, because he worked with invisible forces, spirituality. Because see, what happens when you go through a setback? You are in the midst of darkness, going through that period of grief, probably even depression. And that is the point where you get inclined towards spirituality, towards mystical and occult sciences, which propels you to move forward in life, which supports you in your transformation, in your evolution. Right? So that is when you get interested and inclined and even find an expertise in those subjects, in those areas. Really depends upon your personal chart. But this is such a powerful house that it can actually, support you in doing great work in life, that you will be known for generations. You can leave a legacy with this house. This is so transformational in nature. Now, I want to say one thing, that every house, every sign, every planet, and every nakshatra has a spectrum of A to Z, from lower vibration to high vibration. It really depends upon where you are on the spectrum that you will understand what work needs to be done to achieve that greatness, to get that success. So in astrology, it is truly about how deeply you understand it. And when you are able to grasp that, then you can do wonders with your life. So when you talk of 8th house, not just that it helps you rise like a phoenix in life after major setbacks, but because you have to understand that these people have that rare mental capacity we face situations in life and we feel that what has happened in our life, we can't do this again, and we just start feeling so mentally exhausted, so physically drained, and so depleted in life that it is so hard to get back on our feet again, and it's so hard to keep moving forward. But these are those people who are ready to, they are so resilient that they are ready to actually do that hard work, go that extra mile, keep working. See, this sign is, house is also connected with deep research work. So that research work, that is not in front of other people, but you need to go deep to actually find out that knowledge, to integrate that wisdom in your being, which will help you in moving forward in that direction, whichever direction that you have chosen. So these people have that capacity to walk that extra mile, and people around them will not even understand or see what they are actually up to, what they are doing, because this house is not out there. This is an introverted, a reserved house in astrology. 8th house and 12th house. See, one comparison I would like to draw between 6th house, 8th house and 12th house. 8th house, what problems and obstacles you face, what enemies you come across, what illnesses you are facing, it is right there in front of everybody. It is not hidden. But 8th house, even diseases, these are those diseases that are growing inside of you even without your own knowledge, that sometimes even doctors are not able to identify at the right time. So 8th house and 12th house are those houses that is not in front of all the people out there. So sometimes these people are working behind the scenes and nobody knows what they are up to, but they are on to culminating something extremely powerful and great in their lives. So if they are able to receive the right guidance at the right time, if they are able to find that source of light and strength which they actually need, and if they have that Jupiter aspect, because see, even when you go through depression and mental diseases, challenges, then it is an aspect of Jupiter. And I have done specialization in medical astrology and written a dissertation on mental illnesses and mental health, and done case studies on this, that it is always the aspect of Jupiter, the benefic aspect of Jupiter on that planet's ascendant, on that person's ascendant, sun, moon, or say 8th house, that person is able to be optimistic even when that person is going through the extreme worst conditions in his or her life. So if that is there, if there are some positive aspects, then actually this house has that capacity to give you what you cannot even dream of. Actually, this house has the ability to give you that treasure in life. Now, be it a treasure of wisdom, of wealth, of fame, recognition, abundance, peace, depends upon what you're looking for, depends upon the planet. I'm again repeating this. So this is the power of 8th house. So I want to say this to all the people who have strong 8th house placements in their lives, and if they are going through any kind of challenges at this point, just have faith and trust in the universe, in the divine plan, in yourself, and trust your path. You are here to do something great and meaningful. Just have faith. Love and light to you all.